Okay. Thanks, Marvin. And then we'll probably want to include in the budget letter the key indicators, um, and then how for the first time in many years we're going to start going to monthly financial reports that we haven't done, like the AR aging, the AP aging, um, equivalents of balance sheet, cash flow, income statement versus budget. So I think this budget letter could really kind of highlight all the teamwork and the skills that were put together. So that's my 2 cents. Anybody else have any?
Yeah, so doing that monthly, isn't that one of the things that our software allows us to do is just keep us it's just part of the new software, is that correct?
It'll still have to be manually put up there, but yeah, the software
Yeah.
will give us web friendly form.
Good. Okay. That's my 2 cents.
All right, anything else? Okay.
I can't wait to get the actual versus budget numbers.
That'd be great. And we have a meeting with the auditor tomorrow to just go over all of his recommendations so that can go into the budget process too. So Daniela, myself, Jessica, and the auditor, and Dale Shattuck, right? All right.
Right.
That should be good. Um, so it seems like the next thing on the budget update is to go ahead and formally have a motion to accept our 2 applicants as to fill the vacant budget seats. Anybody have a motion for that?
Can you repeat that, Mayor?
You bet. We have 2 applications for the budget, the 2 open budget committee members. So we're short 2 from the full 15. And so you guys were emailed the applications. And so if you're comfortable with them, we could have a motion to appoint one of them and then another motion to appoint the other.
I will motion to approve Amelia Bedchild to the budget. I'm butchering her name and I feel bad.
Malia Bejdad. And yes, we have a motion for Malia Bejdad to be appointed to the budget committee.
I'll
I'm
second.
I'm sorry. I just completely lost the stream and just got it back, so I didn't hear who made the motion.
That was me.
Okay.
All right. Any questions, discussion? Okay. Well, it's kind of nice because Malia is on the ballot to become a council member, probably get sworn in June. So it makes sense that she'll have some continuity that way with the budget committee. Okay.
Or is this? I'm sorry. Do we just nominate one person at a time? Is that how it goes?
Right. Typically.
Okay. Okay, then I'm ready.
All right. Roll call, please.
Counselor Wilson.
Yes.
Counselor Lowe.
Yeah.
Counselor Palmer.
Yes.
Counselor Cannon.
Yes.
Counselor Hinckley.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Yeah, sorry to throw you off. I had a suggestion from the public that I should mix up the roll call every time, so I'm doing that now.
All right. All right, and then our other candidate is Bill Rigney, and Bill's a pretty neat guy. He bought the house down on the corner of.
We're getting a question about seconding my motion.
Okay.
That was Counselor Cannon. I did hear that.
Thank you. Go ahead, Pete.
All right, and then our other applicant for Budget Committee is Bill Rigney. And I don't know if you guys know Bill, but he bought the house and has been restoring it down on the corner where Riverside becomes Kavner. And that little white house on the corner that overlooks the river. So they really cleaned up that corner, and just a pretty neat guy too. So our other applicant is Bill Rigney. So if anyone would like to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to that over. Second.
All right, Jessica, just let us know if you got that okay.
I did.
Okay. All right, any questions about Bill? All right, and he said his wife is also really skilled and has a very diverse experience that'll help the city too. So it's a really neat team to have. All right, any further questions? Okay,
No.
roll call, please.
Counselor Hinckley,
Yes.
Counselor Palmer,
Yes.
Counselor Wilson.
Yes.
Counselor Cannon,
Yes.
Counselor Lowe. Motion passes.
All right. All right, anything else on our budget update from the recorder's hat?
No, I think that about covers it all. I'll get the notice out.
Okay, and if anybody missed that discussion, we're looking at having every Monday in May, and then having our budget hearing on beginning of June, so that we can approve the final budget June 15th. All right, let's move on. We've got old business. We did a lot of clarification on. So we're going to go to item 11. Item 10, we've been so focused on the audits, we have not done the minutes from the prior meeting. So we're moving on to 11. And that is 11.1 to approve the RVSS contract amendment. And has everybody had a chance to read that, understand it?
Yes.
Yes.
And does anybody not understand it that needs some discussion?
You may want to explain it for the public, Mayor. I have it linked on the agenda online, but some people may not understand.
Okay, all right. Well, I talked to Carl Tappert today just to clarify everything. And so we pay them a fixed amount every month and every year, and they have been operating slightly more efficiently than they expected. And so within the budget of what we already pay them, they have a little bit of a surplus, and they've pointed out a few months ago that we have some real problems in our collection system, and they would like to use some of the money we've already paid them and part of our contract moving forward to make some of those repairs for the city. And so if that helps, they said that there's a major problem up by the school by Hamby. And I think we all have known about that for the last year. And so it's pretty nice that they could use some money we've already paid them to fix that. And then there's a couple other spots throughout town. As they have money that gets freed up, they'd like to be able to make those repairs. So does that jive with everybody's understanding?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So then the recommended motion is to authorize the city manager to sign Amendment 1 to the Rogue Valley Sewer Services Operating Agreement.
I will motion for Jessica to sign Amendment 1 to the RVSS contract.
All right. Any questions? All right. Roll call, please, Jessica.
Counselor Hinckley,
Yes.
Counselor Lowe. Did he say yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Counselor Wilson,
Yes.
Counselor Cannon,
Yes.
Counselor Palmer.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Okay, we're going to move to new business, which includes a lot of old business. So item 12.1, we wanted to go over the council attendance policy. And I don't know if you remember last year, we had some chronic absenteeism, and we debated it for a couple months, and we decided to give everybody one last chance before enforcing it last year. But we ended up having some people resign regardless. And so, Jessica, do you mind reminding us of the attendance policy?
Yes, so I'm reading from the Charter, Chapter 7, Vacancies in Office, Section 32, What Creates Vacancy. I'm just going to skip the first half of the paragraph because it's not relevant. In the case of a mayor or councilman, upon his absence from the city for 30 days without the consent of the council, or upon his absence from meetings of the council for 60 days without like consent, and upon a declaration by the council of the vacancy. And that's what deems an office vacant.
Okay. And so we've got part of the debate is our COVID-19. We're under a duty to take care of the city, to keep things moving forward. And so anybody have any questions about that?
Is there any kind of anything that, acts of God that keep you from coming to the meeting?
Oh no, but I thought we should talk about that because Brad's stranded over in Vietnam right now. Has anybody heard from him, or do we know what?
Yeah, I mean, he sent an email to everybody.
Do we know when he's going to be back or be able to join us in meetings?
Well, currently, the President of the United States has a travel ban from Asian countries as well as European countries. So even if he were able to get routed to Europe, he wouldn't be able to get into the US because there's a travel ban.
I don't think time that we can support that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. And, can anybody reach out to Brad to see if he can join us for the meetings?
I've been sending him the same emails for Discord and the YouTube channel that I send to everybody else, and Jessica's been translating that. I haven't gotten anything back, but we also have to remember that Vietnam is, I believe, 13-hour time difference, and they are like almost a full day ahead of us.
They're still considered a third world nation, so they might not have
internet. Right?
internet. Their internet connection ability is not like what we have here.
Okay, so maybe I'll reach out to Brad and see if we can tap in some other way, or we might want to set up a relationship with one of you and Brad so that we can do the proxy that we've done a couple times.
Or potentially what we could do is like what we just did with Malia and pipe him in via his cell phone if he has telephone connection. I'm not sure how that works internationally. I've never been to Asia.
Okay. I just don't want to.
I do. I have had Brad comment a couple times on Facebook with me, but it's kind of hit and miss. So I don't know how much he's actually looking at that,
Okay.
and I don't know what his connections are for that.
And we've made a lot of efforts to figure out how to keep moving forward, whether it's various surgeries or the whole COVID thing. So, but hopefully we can just keep our communication going and get our budget done. And we got a lot of big decisions to make in the next 30, 60 days. So maybe we should all reach out to them. I know when I was traveling in Asia a lot, there are different agreements with different tech companies. Like my last trip to China, they had no Google, they had no Gmail, and so I had to use Hotmail and other means. Maybe I'll try to work with them on coming up with a way to be involved. So if anybody else has any ideas, any other ideas?
The other thing to check with him on would be a VPN, or I believe that Vietnam has WhatsApp. We might be able to look into being able to pipe in WhatsApp.
Good idea. And same thing for all of us. If any of us have a anticipated problem or we have a problem the day of a meeting, just somehow text or let us know so we can adapt. Or if we have to shut down a meeting, we'll deal with it or reschedule.
I also know that in other countries, if he has access or if there is a U.S. embassy, that they have their own computer labs there, and him
That would
being
be cool.
he might be able to go there and plug in too.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
But I think it's reasonable for international travel that if any of us are traveling, we should try to make that 6 o'clock meeting rather than move the meeting to the morning to accommodate the traveler. So does that seem reasonable with our schedule?
Do we know what Brad's plans were as far as timeline? I know that we've got a travel ban, but do we know when he was planning on coming back?
I asked Dr. Brooks today to see if he'd heard anything more than what we knew, and he knows the same May 1st date that we know. So
Okay.
I don't know if that still holds, but that's the last date we have.
Okay. All right. So we'll make every effort to accommodate through proxy, through different platforms, through email and phone calls. Sound good? Okay.
Okay.
And if anybody else has issues, we'll figure out a plan. But it's really nice we could have a quorum tonight. This is a big, important meeting. Okay, 12.2. Unbelievable. Approve fiscal year 17-18 audit and fiscal year 18-19 audit. Can you even believe it? So it's nice and simple. We have a recommended motion to combine the acceptance of both of those. So would anyone like to?
Right. And I did want to let you know that I found out today I worded your recommended motion wrong. The correct word is not approve, it is accept.
All right, who wants the honors? How about Tom? Do you want the honors since you've been pushing for the audit?
Look at my face on here, guys. I mean, but we've been trying for so long. So I'm going to move that we accept. Is it 17, 18, 18, 19 audit for City of
Yeah.
Gold Hill?
I'll second.
I think everybody just seconded it.
We all said.
Finally.
That's great. Any discussion other than Rose Jolie?
Yeah. Good job.
Okay, then roll call, please.
Counselor Lowe.
Yes.
Counselor Palmer.
Yes.
Counselor Wilson.
Yes.
Counselor Cannon.
Yes.
Counselor Hinckley.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Look at us, guys. We have
Congratulations.
our audits
Everybody,
done.
Yeah, everybody pop their own champagne
Ah.
tonight.
Okay, I
Way to
quit.
go. Way to
Then
go.
Danielle a picture. yeah, you can quit now, Tom.
Yeah, yes, good. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. It seems so fast to move on past that, but here we go. And in light of the accelerations, we have convened to create an employment agreement for our city manager. And so, Jessica, what do we need to commemorate that with?
That's
I think the Rose Jolie.
Yeah, Rose Jolie. Okay, so we do have recommended motions. So we could either motion to approve the city manager employment agreement with Jessica Simpson, or make a motion to approve with changes. Did everybody see the latest draft. And so,
Yes.
so we would entertain a motion to accept that as is, or to make any changes.
Well, I have a question with that, Mayor. Is Jessica, you typed this out. Do you have any questions?
No, I agree with everything you guys decided on. Thank
And I would
you.
like to make a motion to pass this contract with Jessica Simpson and make her our new city manager.
All
I
right.
third.
Any discussion or questions? All right. I'd just like to for our citizens to point out how rare and special it is that the council can support and nourish and give the opportunity to promote from within. And I tried to think of every argument against it, and so I think we had a good discussion, and I think everybody feels really good about it. And Jessica, that's got to be the best benefit. The city manager is one of the hardest jobs in any city, because you're dealing with elected officials, you're dealing with citizens, you're dealing with so many things, emergencies, you're paving your way, and but it's also a very rewarding position as long as you have council support. So to see it unanimously supported is such a win for you. Good job. So
I'll wait till after the vote to call it unanimous.
okay, that's the only discussion. So roll call, please.
Counselor Wilson,
Yes.
Counselor Palmer,
Yes.
Counselor Cannon. I didn't hear it.
Oh, he's
I'm
muted.
sure he said yes. No.
He's muted.
No, that's public input. He's not
Oh.
muted.
Did anybody hear him?
Tom, are you still there? I think he quit right after the budget.
Yeah. He's done.
Uh, Daniele, do you want to text him real quick or call him?
I don't have one second.
We're calling him. We'll get him.
All right.
Cannon. Okay, Tom,
No.
calling back. Tom? I've lost it. Okay, well, we got you on speakerphone, so we're taking the vote now for Jessica, so we just need your. Yes.
All right. Counselor Hinckley,
Yes.
Counselor Lowe,
Yes.
motion passes. Thank you.
Unanimous.
That is some serious willpower there. Multimedia willpower. Oh, well, hopefully Brad can at least see the recording and see the commemorations. It's pretty amazing what we're doing tonight. Okay, so we're going to move on to 13, interim city manager report for the time being.
All right. First of all, in the last meeting, you asked me to find out what the county was doing about boat ramps. And so I did check with them and it is in line. All parks are closed and that includes all boat ramps. So we are following along with the county. Our boat ramp is closed.
All right.
I had the first implementation call today with the Vision software people, and we are very close, and they are 100% sure that we'll get this done before the end of the fiscal year. So we're rolling right along. They had the data looks good to them, and they're going to be rolling it out to us very soon. And that means that the court will be starting soon, and they understand that that's the first module we want to roll out. So the court is coming.
Hey.
I had a citizen who wanted me to mention to you the possibility of banning fireworks for the 4th of July because it's going to be extremely dry this year. Maybe we can allow ground sparklers or something for the kids, but she just wanted me to bring that to your attention. It's going to be a dry summer and she's already worried about fireworks. And it is a valid concern.
It was a failure.
So I got the email this afternoon. They had their strategy meeting about the one stop for our water and wastewater master plans and what we want to do there. And it sounds like it's probably about 3 weeks out from now. So we'll have a date soon for the one stop.
All right. Hopefully one of our Mondays. All right. Anything else from interim city manager report?
Yes.
This is your last
about to-
interim city manager report.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to close the bid process on the paving for Gustav and Friedenberg. So we'll probably be proceeding with that project soon, which makes sense to do it now because they're going to have to close the streets. So we may as well do it while people aren't moving around anyway. The Estramato paving is going to wait until later this summer so that we can coincide with ODOT's ADA ramps, and that they're doing their bid process for the ADA ramps throughout the city of Gold Hill in June. So the paving for Estramato should happen after that. And that's all I've got.
All right. And we already covered a bunch of general discussion, but I'd like to invite any of our counselors to have updates for citizens or to get something on the minutes. Mayor comments for the record. This was one of the greatest weeks in Gold Hill of incredible weather. I got to paddle up and down the river. So if anybody does want to get on the river, you can social distance from my house down to the river. If you really want to go look at the water, it's wonderful back there. So, and we had 30 cancellations on our Airbnbs, and so I was so excited to pay my my first taxes to the city, and we had about $30,000 worth of cancellation. So I might owe the city like $50 for one last month. But anyway, I think
I'm
we'll
going to
be
make
back.
a note of that. Follow up.
Yeah, I do need to follow up. Help me with that. And but all in all, what a great place to be socially isolated. Love this town. Counselor comments?
Hey Pete, if we go down, if we get in the river, where do we pull out at?
You have to climb back up. We can get in the hot tub.
I would just
Go ahead.
I would just like to put it out there to anyone who is watching the stream or watches this later. If you would like to sign up for public input at our next meeting, in case we are still streaming, you can do that at the webmaster email. And at City Hall, they will have a physical sign up sheet on the door that you can sign up with your phone number for public input.
All right.
I have
And-
one thing. This is wrong. I'm going to put in a plug for Ride the Road. Full bike fundraiser, Gold Hill Road River Bike Path, September 6th. Definitely for Gold Hill to participate because 100 bicyclists ride the Road River and Gold Hill. Gold Hill supportive of that. Get people to come and visit our town.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful, Rob. They also reached out to see if we could sweep the streets before that event.
Yeah.
Does that seem reasonable?
You said September 26th, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And we might
if,
want to
if
get the
Public
merchants.
Works can take our street sweeper either on the new path or some of the streets would be certain.
Of course, we can do that.
It really is a great event. A lot of positive.
Might be
Good show off. Gold.
to get some flags too to put on our poles.
Yeah, be some nice,
Something to commemorate it.
Oh, you just reminded me, speaking of poles, in case anyone was wondering, the project to get electrical outlets installed on all the poles throughout downtown is complete.
So they all have 110 power now?
They all have power now.
Now, that's incredible.
Yep.
All right. Hopefully Carol's watching. And thanks to Carol and Tony for kicking that into gear. Thanks, Tony.
Yeah. It'll make Christmas a lot easier next year.
Yeah. All right. Any other updates from council? All right, Janet, anything? Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad everybody's safe and sound, and let's see if we can get Brad looped back into our progress. And yeah, proud of everybody. Thanks for being open to some technology.
One moment. We have Malia is asking for clarification.
So good. Is that Marvin or Malia?
It's Malia. We're waiting for her to respond in YouTube. She's not responding, so she just says that she could hear the question. So we are not sure which question. I had one more question before we end the meeting. Oh, she's saying that she couldn't hear what Rob was talking about.
Oh,
Okay.
about Ride the Rogue.
Ride the Rogue. Yeah.
I don't know how clear that came across.
I'm calling Malia.
Did we want to try to call Jolie again for the public input since we couldn't get through to her in the beginning?
Okay. Well, we're just going to clarify Rob's comments for you. And so yeah, and thanks for testing out the system with us. And we'll talk tomorrow, okay? Yes. Yes, you're appointed to the budget committee now. Congratulations. Okay. All right, let's talk tomorrow. Okay, thanks. All right. So she just said that it cut out when Rob was talking about Ride the Rogue. And so just for anybody that missed it, Ride the Rogue is September 26th. And that's what, 5 months away, 4 months away? So hopefully we'll be through and they can have a successful event because they canceled it for like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And so it would be great. And it's the first time they've included Gold Hill in the ride for a long time. So it's a really special connection with our friends in Rogue River. And that trail is beautiful now. Has everybody ridden that trail between here and Rogue River? Incredible. You can do a 20-mile loop off the road now. Great. Okay.
Mayor, before we end, do you want us to try and call Jolie back for public input?
And was that Jolie Wallace?
Yes.
Yeah, let's try. I know she's running for Senate.
So while you're doing that, Rob, have you been down to Lampman Park and looked at some of the work that they've done?
Yes. Yes, they've been busy.
It's looking good. I went by there. It's looking really good.
It is. It's impressive.
And I don't
guess
know if anybody else has gone down there and looked at it, but they're doing a really great job. This is a good project for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sure is.
Good point.
That's one that's going to pay dividends for years. And
It will.
That's
It
great.
will.
thanks.
And Marvin, just wanted to double check. Were you calling Jolie?
Yes, he's patching her in now.
Make sure you show her your bottle, Pete. There you go.
Shameless plug.
But I did see that Jolie is running for the Senate. I didn't know if that was state Senate or. Hey, Jolie.
Hey, how are you? So sorry I couldn't take it. I was on a really important emergency call that came through early. My apologies.
That's all right. We have your wine to celebrate with that we just passed all of our audits. So what news do you have for
Well, that's
us?
great. Yeah, I was just going to give you a short little rundown if I had a couple of minutes of yours, because some people don't know about me. Is that all right?
Yep, go for it.
Yeah. So I just want to let you know, for those of you who don't know, that I was raised in a very small town in Northern California, a fifth generation farming community. My husband and I, we moved to the Rogue Valley about 20 years ago with our 3 small kids, hoping to do something really exciting here in Gold Hill at Del Rio Vineyard. Over the last 2 decades, we've really worked tirelessly at our business. Before I moved here, I was an elementary school teacher, and I had always hoped to go back to teaching, but that didn't happen just because of how much work and time I was spending here at our business.
And they're
But I still
mutually
had a
exclusive.
passion for education. Pardon me?
And they're mutually exclusive endeavors too.
Yeah. So I really wanted to go back into education, but I just couldn't do it. So in 2009, I ran for the Central Point School District on the board there, and that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. I really believe in public service. I've been really involved in Central Point Rotary. Last year, I was the president. I'm the president of the Upper Rogue Wine Trail. And my husband and I are really involved in 4-H and FFA. Some of the top things that I'm hoping to focus on in policies are obviously one that's very important right now is healthy economy, supporting small businesses. Education is another one, stable funding, supporting technical and vocational jobs. Third one is really important, I think, to our valley, just because we've seen so much smoke, but having healthy forest management, I realize that's a really complex issue. And the fourth thing that I'm passionate about is agriculture. I think it provides lots of jobs, both incomes for rural and urban cities. But basically, I'm, a fiscally conservative business owner, and I feel like that I'm most suited to hold this job, especially in the state of our economy right now. I think that we have some tough times ahead, and I hope I'm able to do that for Jackson and Josephine County.
That's great. So just tell everybody what position you're on the ballot for.
Yeah, so there I'm running for state senator, which encompasses kind of the whole area. I'll tell you that first. It goes from the northern part, so it's Cave Junction, Grants Pass, Rogue River, Gold Hill, Sam's Valley, Central Point, Eagle Point, and White City. And I'm running against 2 other people, both of those. One of them is from Selma and one is from Cave Junction. And this is the Republican primary. And if I win in May, then I will go to the general election in November.
All right.
Who
And
has that position right now?
Right now, it's held by Herman Bearsugar, and he is not running again for reelection.
Okay.
And he is running for actually the Josephine County Commissioner spot. I've met with Herman, and he's been super supportive, but at this point, he's not endorsing anybody for my race.
okay. Well, it's really exciting, Jolie. You know how hard we have been working the last 5 or 6 years as a team to help Gold Hill, and hopefully you'll help
Yes.
steer some resources our way. And I just think we're such an important gem in the middle of all those cities that can help unite everybody. So thanks
Wouldn't
for
that be nice? Yeah.
yeah. It's already getting better. Thanks for giving us beautiful
I
flowers
know. Yeah,
and
stay
beautiful
positive.
scenery and great wine.
Yeah. So if anybody asks, they can go to my website, joliewallace.com, or Facebook. We're just trying to get signs out and gaining support, especially in Grants Pass area. I'm from Jackson County. My kids went to school in Central Point, so I'm really trying to get the word more out in Josephine County. So if people know people, can spread the word. You can email me, call me anytime, and I would love to get them the information.
All right. Well, thanks, Jolie. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and I truly apologize for not being able to answer that. There was a little bit of a crisis, so I apologize.
All right. Thanks. Have a good night.
Awesome. Life happens.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming
You
on.
too. Cheers. Bye-bye.
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 Okay. So before we adjourn, did everybody say everything they wanted to communicate?
Thank you, Jessica.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome aboard.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jessica.
Yeah. And hey,
And
good
thank
job,
you.
everybody. Great debates.
Thanks to everyone.
just great teamwork. I'm glad we can disagree and still put together forward progress for this little town. I love it. And Jessica, if you want to print that out, we can get together and sign it tonight.
I think she's frozen.
Yeah.
She's not
I think
moving.
she's I think she's in shock.
She's in shock. Okay, let's go ahead and
got
adjourn, and I'll give her a call.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and adjourn the Gold Hill City Council meeting for April 20th, 2020. Good job, everybody, and congratulations. Good night.
Night all.
Good night.
Night.
Screw